As long as I can be. Now my guy got a heart like rock in the sea. And beat my soul, my baby's trying to beat me. God says this long as I can get.
People say that Collinton is no longer pressed the towns. The allegation that is not intended to prove that some people captains people say people say that Collinton is no longer pressed the towns. The allegation that is not intended to Rose, shoes,
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad-eyed, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he passed my way, and while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
Hello. Who are you?
Don't talk to me till I fall off. Here, take my crazy doll, will you?
Yeah.
I don't want to break her when I fall. I don't think I can stay on much longer, do you?
No.
I'm practically off right now. No, don't touch me. It's no fair helping. You gotta do it all by yourself. God, I'm so wobbly. I don't know what's making me so nervous. You see that water tank way back yonder?
Yeah.
That's where I started from. This is the furthest I've ever gone without once falling off. Well, it will be if I can manage to stick on to the next telephone pole. There I go.
Spit on it. That takes this thing away.
Okay.
That's animals' medicine, you know. They always lick their wounds.
I know. The principal damage was done on my bracelet, I guess. I knocked out one of the diamonds. Where'd it go?
You never could find it in all them cinders.
I don't know. It had a lot of shine.
It wasn't a genuine diamond.
How do you know?
Well, I just imagine it wasn't. Because if it was, you wouldn't be walking along a railroad track with a banged up doll and a piece of a rotten banana.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. I might be peculiar or something. You never can tell. What's your name?
Tom?
Mine's Willie. We both got boys' names.
How did that happen?
I was expected to be a boy, but I wasn't. They had one girl already, Alva. She was my sister. Why ain't you at school?
I thought it was going to be windy so I could fly my kite.
What made you think that?
Because the sky was so white.
Oh, sure it is, isn't it? But it's white as a clean piece of paper.
Yeah.
But there's no wind.
No.
It's up too high for us to feel it. It's way, way up there in the attic, sweeping the dust off the furniture up there.
Uh-huh. Why are you in school?
I graduated 2 years ago this winter.
What grade was you in?
5A.
Miss Preston.
Yep. She used to think my hands was dirty until I explained that it was cinders from falling off the railroad track so much.
Well, she's pretty strict.
Oh, no. She's just disappointed because she didn't get married. She probably never had an opportunity to, poor thing. So now, she has to teach 5A for the rest of her natural life. They started teaching algebra, and I just didn't give a goddamn what X stood for. So, I quit.
You'll never get an education walking the railroad tracks.
Oh, you'll never get one flying a red kite, neither. Besides,
What?
what a girl needs to get along is social training. I learned all of that from my sister Alva. She had a wonderful popularity with the railroad men.
Train engineers?
Engineers, firemen, conductors, even the freight superintendent. We run a rooming house for railroad men, and she was, I guess you might say, the main attraction. Beautiful? Jesus, she looked like a movie star.
Your sister?
One of them used to bring her regular after each run a great big heart-shaped red silk box of assorted chocolates and nuts and hard candies. Marvelous.
Yeah.
Know where Alva is now?
Memphis?
No.
New Orleans?
No.
St. Louis?
You'll never guess.
Where does she live?
She's in the Bone Orchard.
What?
The Bone Orchard? The cemetery graveyard? Don't you understand English?
Sure. That's pretty rough.
You don't know the half of it. We used to have some high old times in that big old house.
I bet you did.
Musical instruments going on all the time.
Instruments? What kind?
Piano, Victrola, Hawaiian steel guitar. Everybody played on something. But now, it's awful quiet. You don't hear a sound in there, do you?
No. It's empty.
Except for me. They got a big sign stuck up.
What does it say?
This property is condemned.
You ain't still living there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Where did everyone go?
Mama run off with a brakeman. on the CNEI. And after that, everything went to pieces. You hear that whistle? And that's the Cannonball Express. The fastest thing on wheels between St. Louis, New Orleans, and Memphis. My old man got to drinking.
Where's he now?
Disappeared. I guess I ought to refer his case to the Bureau of Missing Persons, seeing as he done with Mama when she disappeared. Then it was just me and Alva. Till Alva's lungs got affected. Did you see Greta Garbo and Camille? It played at the Delta Brilliant one time last spring. Well, she had the same of what Alva died of. Lung affection.
Yeah?
Only it was very beautiful the way she had it, you know? With the violins playing, loads and loads of white flowers. All her lovers come back in a beautiful scene.
Yeah?
But Alva's all disappeared.
Yeah?
Like rats from a sinking ship. That's how she used to describe it. Oh, it wasn't like death in the movies.
No?
She used to say, "Where is Albert? Where's Clements?" None of them was around. I used to lie to her. I says, "They send their regards. They're coming around to see you tomorrow." "Well, where's Mr. Johnson?" He was a great superintendent. The most important character we ever had in our room house. He's been transferred to Grenada. I told her about wishes to be remembered. She known I was lying.
Yeah.
"This here is the payoff," she says. "They'll run out on me like rats from a sinking ship." Except for Sidney.
Who's Sidney?
He was the one that used to bring her that great big enormous heart-shaped box of American Beauty chocolates. He remained faithful to her,
That's good.
but she never did care much for Sidney. She said his teeth was rotten, so he didn't smell good. It wasn't like that in the movies. When somebody dies in the movies, they play violins.
But I didn't grab.
No. Not even the goddamn controller. They said it didn't agree with the hospital regulations. Always singing around the house.
Who? Al?
Throwing enormous parties. This was her favorite number. "You're the only star in my blue heaven, and you're shining just for me." This is her clothes I got on, inherited from her. Everything else is mine, except for her solid gold beads.
What happened to them?
Yep. She never took them off.
Oh.
I've also inherited all of my sister's bows. Albert, Clements, and even the freight superintendent.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. They all run out, afraid of getting stuck with expenses, I guess. But now, they all show up like a bunch of bad pennies. They take me out places at night. I've got to be popular now. To parties and dances and all the railroad affairs. Look at here.
What?
I can do bumps.
Well, Frank Waters said that,
What?
you know,
No what?
you took him inside and you danced for him with your clothes off.
Oh. caution. I'm scared to watch it though, because her head might come unglued where she had that compound fracture of the skull. I think most of her brain spilled out. She's been acting silly ever since, saying and doing the most outrageous things.
Why don't you do those things for me?
What? The glue on your compound fracture?
No. What you did for Frank Waters.
Because I was lonesome then, and I ain't lonesome now. And you can tell Frank Waters that. Tell him that I go out now with men in responsible jobs. Sky sure is white. Ain't it? It's white as a clean piece of paper. In 5A, Miss Preston, she'd give us a piece of white foolscap and say, draw what you please.
Well, what did you draw?
Well, I remember this one time I drawn her a picture of my old man getting conked in the head with a bottle. She thought it was good, Miss Preston. She said, well, now look here. Here is a picture of Charlie Chaplin with his hat on the side of his head. And I said, that's not Charlie Chaplin. That's my old man. And that's not a hat. It's a bottle.
What did she say?
Oh, well, you can never make a school teacher laugh. You're the only star in my blue heaven. The principal used to say that there must be something wrong with my home atmosphere because of the fact that we took in railroad men and some of them slept with my sister.
Did they?
She was the main attraction. Your house sure is empty now, ain't it? You don't hear a sound from there, do you?
You ain't still living there, are you?
Uh-huh.
By yourself?
Yeah. The property's condemned, but there ain't nothing wrong with it. Some county investigators come snooping around the other day. I recognized her by the shape of her hat. It wasn't exactly what I would call stylish looking.
No.
No. It looked like something that she took off the lid off the stove. Alvin knew lots about style. She had ambitions to be a designer for big wholesale firms in Chicago. She used to submit her pictures. Never worked out. You're the only star in my blue heaven.
What did you do? About the investigators?
Oh, I laid it all upstairs. Pretend like no one was home.
Well, how did you manage to keep on eating?
Oh, I don't know. You keep a sharp lookout, you see things. This banana. Perfectly good, for instance. Thrown in a garbage pail in the back of the Bluebird Cafe.
Yeah, Miss Preston, for instance.
Not her. She gives you a piece of white foolscap and says, draw what you please. I remember this one time. I drawn her a picture of my own man. Oh, I told you that already now, didn't I? Will you give Frank Waters a message?
What?
Tell him that the freight superintendent has bought me a pair of kid slippers. Patent. The same as the old ones at Alba's. I'll go to dances with them at Moon Lake Casino. And all night I'll be dancing and coming home drunk in the morning, and they'll be serenaded with all kinds of musical instruments. Uh-huh. Why, as a clean piece of paper. I'll draw pictures on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Pictures of what?
Me dancing with the bright superintendent in a pair of kid slippers. Yeah, with the French heels on them as high as telegraph poles. And they'll play my favorite music.
Favorite?
Yeah, the same as Alva's. You're the only star
In my blue heaven. And you're shining just for me.
I'll wear a corsage.
What's that?
Flowers to pin on your dress at a formal affair. Rosebuds, violets, lilies of the valley. When you come home, it's withered, but you stick them in a bowl of water or freshen them right up. That's what Alva done. Cannonball Express.
You think a lot about Alva, don't you?
I don't know. Now and then, I suppose. It wasn't like death in the movies. When somebody dies in the movies, they play violins. I'm going back now.
Well, where to, Willie?
The water tank.
Yeah.
And start all over again. Maybe I'll even break some kind of continuous record. Alva did once at a dance marathon in Mobile, across the state line, Alabama. You can tell Frank Waters everything I told you. I don't have time for inexperienced people. I go out steady with men in responsible jobs. Popular revelmen, men with good salaries too. Well, don't you believe me?
No. I think you're drawing an awful lot on your imagination.
Well, if I wanted to prove it to you, I could. But you wouldn't be worth convincing. I'm going to live for a long, long time like my sister. And when my lungs get affected, I'm going to die like she did. You know, maybe not like in the movies with the violins playing, but with my pearl earrings on and my solid gold beads from Memphis.
Yes?
And then I guess...
What?
And then I guess somebody else will inherit all my bows. Sky sure is hot, ain't it?
Sure it is.
White as a clean piece of paper. I'm going back now.
So long.
Yeah. So long. You're the only star in my blue heaven.
Then
holding hands. She was standing there with my man. I heard them promise till death do us part. Oh, each word was a pain in my heart. Oh, all I could do was cry. All I could do was cry. I was losing the man that I love. Oh, when all I could do was cry. Well, Bertha, what you gonna do? I don't know. Well, you've got to decide now, honey. I can't decide nothing. Well, why can't you? I'm too tired. Well, honey, that's no answer. It's the only answer I know. I just want to lay here and think things over. But you've been laying here and thinking of something for the past 2 weeks now, honey. You've got to come to some decision. Besides, the girls need this room. They let them have it. They can't have it with you laying here. Oh, God. Honey, pull yourself together now. What's the matter with me? You're sick, honey. Oh, I got a sick headache. Who slipped me that Mickey Finn last night? Oh, honey, nobody slipped you that Mickey Finn, sweetheart. You've been laying here talking out of your head for 2 solid weeks now. Now, the sensible thing for you to do would be to go back home. Oh, go back nowhere. Stay here till I get on my feet. Bertha, the valley is no place for a girl in your condition. Besides, the girls need this room. Please leave me be, Goldie. I want to get in my rest before I start working tonight. Bertha! You have got to decide. What have I got to decide? Where are you going to go from here? Huh? Nowhere. Now leave me be, Goldie. I need to get in my rest. But I think you're just going to be lying here from now to the crack of doom. Listen here. You better make up your mind right this minute. Or I'm going to call the ambulance squad. That's what? Oh, I can't. You better make up your mind right away now. I can't make up my mind about nothing. I'm too tired, worn out. All right. You know what? Take this nickel. That's what. I'm going to take this nickel and I'm going to make the call. I'm going to tell them we got a sick girl over here who can't talk sense. Well, go ahead. I don't care what happens to me now. Bertha? Why don't you write another letter, honey, to that man who sells hardware in Memphis? Charlie. Yes. You leave his name off your dirty tongue. Well, it's a fine way for you to be talking to me, me keeping you here out of the kindness of you're not bringing it. Why don't you sit for the past 2 weeks now? I mean, Charlie is such a sweetie. So well, what if he is, honey? Oh, if he is, honey, all the more reason for you to write to him, huh? Help get you out of this here tight schedule. Yeah. Well, I will never ask him for another dime. Got that? Besides, he's forgotten all about me, my name and everything else. Oh, someone's cut me up with a knife while I was sleeping. No, honey, nobody's cut got you up there. Now, honey, pull yourself together now. If this man's got money, oh, maybe he'll send you some, huh? Help you get back on your feet.
Well, of course he's got money. He has a hardware store. I reckon I ought to know. I used to work there. He'd always say to me, "Good, anytime you need something, you that old Charlie know." We had some good times in that back room too.
I bet you did, honey. I bet you did. And I bet he ain't forgotten either, huh?
No, he's found out about all the bad things I've done since I quit him and come to St. Louis.
No, honey, he ain't. I bet he don't know a thing.
Or it's you that's been writing him about me. All the dirt you could find out about me, you and you tell me back until the
Bertha! I've been a good friend to you, Bertha.
Anyhow, he's married now.
Well, all the more reason to write to him, huh? Just write a little note on a postcard. Let him know you've been going through some tough times, huh? And remind him of how he said he would help you out if you needed it.
Oh, just leave me be, Goldie. I've got an awful feeling inside me right now.
Well, you need a doctor?
No.
A priest?
No.
Well, what religion are you?
None.
But I thought you said you was Catholic once.
Maybe I did. What of it?
Well, if you could remember, honey, maybe we could get you some sisters or something. Help get you a room like they did for Rose Craig.
Oh, no.
Get you
No.
so you can get your rest.
No, I don't need no sisters to give me nothing. I just leave me be, Goldie. I need to get in my rest.
Bertha, you're bad sick, Bertha.
Bad?
Well, I didn't want to scare you, honey, but
You mean I'm dying?
well, I didn't say that.
No. Well, you meant it.
Well, honey, we've got to provide for the future. I mean, we can't just let things slide. I've got...
If I'm dying, then I want to write to Charlie. I want to tell him some things.
Okay, well, honey, I mean, if you mean a confession, I think a priest...
No priest. I want Charlie.
But Father Callahan is...
No, I want Charlie.
Charlie's in Memphis, running his hardware store.
Yeah, on Central Avenue. The address is 563.
I'll write to him, honey. I'll write to him and tell him what condition you're in, huh?
No. Just tell him I said hello.
But I got to say more than that now.
Well, that's all I want you to say. Hello from Bertha.
Honey, that don't make much sense now, and you know that.
Well, sure it makes sense. Hello from Bertha to Charlie with all her love. Don't that make sense?
No.
Sure it does.
I better call the ambulance squad. I'll better call the hospital and have them send out an ambulance squad.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I'd rather just die than that.
Bertha, the Valley's no place for a girl in no condition. A girl in no shape's got to be looked out for proper or anything like that happened to you.
Oh, you telling me, sister? I know the rules of this game. When you're out, you're out, and there's no comeback for you.
Look here now, pull yourself together now, and I'll have you moved to a nice, clean ward, huh? We'll get good meals and a comfortable bed to sleep in.
To die in, you mean? Help me out this bed.
No. Don't go getting all excited now.
Help me up. Yes, who am I kidding?
Bertha, you're in no shape to go crawling around out of bed now.
Oh, shut up, you damn crap magnet. Now go get Lena in here. She'll help me out with my things.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go.
Really? Where?
That's my business.
All right, I'll get Lena then.
Hey, wait a minute, you. Look under that tray. The comb and brush tray. You'll find $5 stuck under there.
Bertha, you ain't got no money under that tray.
You trying to tell me I'm broke?
You're being broke! 10 days since you took the sick. You've been out of money, Bertha.
You're a liar. Don't call me a liar. Hey, get me in here. She won't keep me.
Look here, just to see, satisfied you see over here, there's ain't nothing here on the old postcard you got one from Charlie.
I've been robbed. Yes, I've been robbed. Just because I'm too sick and tired and done in to look after myself, I get robbed. You know what I do if I was in my strength? Bust this place wide open. I get back that money you took from me. I take it out your eyes.
Spent your last dime, Bertha. You bought you with it.
No.
Yes. It was Tuesday night, and I get totally sick. You bought a quarter dry to with it, I swear you did.
Oh, I wouldn't believe your dad's word on a Bible. Get Lena in here. It's a frame-up.
Shh. Settle
Lena!
down.
Lena! Give me police headquarters. Lena, give me police headquarters.
Calm down now. Settle down.
You don't tell me to calm down, you old slut. Give me that money. I'm gonna report this robbery. This is the last thing I do. You would take the pennies off a dead nigga's eyes. That's how big-hearted you are. You come in here. You try to sauce me, talking about priests and confessions. So get me police headquarters.
I'll get you a good bromide, that's what. I'll get you double bromide, honey. Get back into bed right now. Get back into bed.
You bring back the $25 you took from under that train.
Now, Bertha.
Bring it back quick, or I will have you prosecuted. Yeah, I got influence in this town. I know fans, big shots, lawyers, politicians. You can beat any goddamn rap you try to hang on me. Vagrancy, huh? Sweet lad. Yeah, I got my constitutional rights. Oh, Charlie. Oh, you're such a sweet. Oh, you've done me dirt more times than I can count. Stood me up. Married that little choir singer. Oh, God, I love you so much. It makes my guts hurt to look at your pleasant face in this photo. Where the hell can I go to? Where are $10? Hey, you! Get back in here with that money. Bring me a kid. You monkey around with any money belonging to me. No, Charlie, don't go out tonight. Oh, I got a sick headache, Charlie. Hey, you! Bring me a cold ice pack. My head's aching. Ooh, I got one hell of a hangover. Vagrancy, huh? Vagrancy, your Aunt Fanny. Give me my lawyer. I got influence in this town. Yeah, my folks, they own half the oil wells in the state of Nevada. That's a sweet life. Who are you?
It's me, Lena.
Lena! Sit down and take a load off your feet. Have a cigarette, honey. Oh, God, I am not feeling good. Ain't no cigarettes here. Goldie took them. She takes everything that belongs to me.
Goldie sent me in here because she said you weren't doing so well, honey. So I thought I'd come in and check on you.
No, that's all right. I feel all right. I'll be back on the job again tonight. You bet. Ever known me to quit, kid? I always come through. I mean, I've been a bit down on my luck lately, but that's all. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, right, Lena. I mean, I ain't getting old. Still got my looks, ain't I?
Sure you have, right?
What you grinning about?
I ain't grinning, Bertha.
I thought, maybe you thought there was something funny about me saying I still had my looks.
No. You had me wrong, Bertha.
Listen, sweetheart. I know the mayor of this goddamn little bug. And me, we like that.
Oh, see.
I can beat any goddamn rap you try to hang on me. I don't give a damn what. Vagrancy on. Oh, that is a sweet laugh to me. with my traveling bag. Well, you know, where is it? I've been thrown out of better places than this. Oh, God, I am so tired. I'm gonna lay down till my head stops swimming.
Well, Bertha, what have you decided?
Decided what?
Where are you gonna go?
Oh, leave me be, Goldie. I'm so tired.
Well, I called the hospital. Huh? They're sending about an ambulance squad to come get you, huh? They're gonna take you to, they're gonna put you in a nice clean ward.
Tell them to throw me in the river and save the state some money. Or maybe they're afraid I'll pollute the water. Guess they'll have to cremate me to keep me from spreading mouth infection. Oh, that's a safe way to get rid of all burglars from me. That is a sweet laugh. Hey. Look at her, Lena. Look at her. That slut that calls herself Goldie. She thinks she's so big-hearted. That's a laugh, ain't it? Only thing big about her is that thing she sits on. Yeah, the old horse. You know, she come in here. She tried to talk all soft about peace and get me stuck in a charity ward. Well, not me. None of that stuff for me. I tell you.
You better watch how you talk. Get out here with a straitjacket, that's what.
Oh, get the hell out of here. Oh, sit down. Take the letter. You find some paper under that cupie.
No, there ain't, Bertha.
Hey? So I've been robbed of that too?
Wait. Here it is, Bertha.
Oh, okay. Now take a letter to Mr. Charlie Aldridge, owner of the biggest hardware store in the city of Memphis. You got that?
And what's the address, Bertha?
It's 563 Central Avenue. All right, got that? Okay. Mr. Charlie Aldridge. Dear Charlie, they are fixing to lock me up in the city bunkers on the charge of criminal responsibility without due process of law. You got that? But I'm as sane as you are right this minute, Charlie. There ain't never been nothing wrong with my upper story, and there ain't never will be. Got that? So come on down here, Charlie, and bail me out of here, honey, for old time's sake. Love and kisses, your sweetheart, Bertha. Got that? Wait a minute. Put in a PSA on me. How's the wife? And your... No. Scratch it out. Take that out. Take that out. Scratch it out. Don't belong in there. Scratch out the whole damn thing. And, get you a clean sheet of paper.
Lena!
All right. Now just write this. Hello, from Bertha to Charlie, with all her love. Got it?
Yes.
Hello, from Bertha to Charlie, with all her love. Hello, from Bertha to Charlie, with all her love.
Here, young. Thank you, sir. You're too old to docket to be toting around in heavy cases.
Oh, don't say that, Mr. Charlie.
I reckon you'll keep right at it till you drop someday.
You right about that, Mr. Charlie.
See, I think I got a little something here for you. Here, young. Oh!
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, put that fan in motion. Bring me some ice water by and by.
The fan don't work, Mr. Charlie.
Deterioration. Everything's going downhill around here lately.
Yes, sir, that's the truth, Mr. Charlie. Everything's going down here.
Tell me, who all registered here, my queen? Is any old timers in town?
Oh, sir, Mr. Charlie.
So, Mr. Charlie, that's all I get from you these days. You mean to tell me I won't be able to scare up a poker game?
You was better judge about that, Mr. Charlie.
Well, that's pretty slim pickings these days. Every time I come to town, there is less of the old and more of the new. And by God, every time I look around, this stand cotton around the Delta ain't worth picking up off the ground. Now, you go down there, and you tell that young Mr. Bob Hopper to drop up here for a drink.
Yes, sir.
Looks like otherwise I'll be playing solitaire. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Here comes the parade. Come on in.
How is the old war horse?
Mighty fine and dandy. How's the young squirrel?
I'm okay.
That's the right answer. You come on and fix yourself a drink. Let's see here. Cigar.
Hey, thanks, Charlie.
Why do you carry them comic papers around with you?
Well, give me a laugh every once in a while.
Poverty of the imagination. You can't tell me you get any real amusement from this thing. Let's see, Superman. The Adventures of Captain Marvel. And none of it half as interesting as life itself. Now, when you get to be my age, which is, you develop a perspective of time on earth that astounds you, literally astounds you. You say, that can't be true. Oh, that couldn't happen. For what reason? No, I mean, you begin to wonder. Well, anyway. You're with Schultz and Werner.
Yeah, that's right, Charlie.
That concern is comparatively a new one.
I don't know about that. Been in the business going on 25 years now.
Infancy. Hey, come on, you heard this one? A child in his infancy doesn't have half as much fun as adults in their adultery.
That's it. Why, ain't you drinking?
Nope, quit.
How come?
Stomach perforated.
Ulcers? Well, I had ulcers once.
Every drinking man's had ulcers once, sometimes twice.
Oh. Hey, you've fallen off a bit, haven't you?
27 pounds since August. Yep. Let's see, 27 pounds since August. No, that's a waste of calories. Well, man, my age and constitution ought to carry around that extra adipose tissue, temple strain on heart. Do me a favor. Bring that other sample case over yonder. I'm going to give you an eyeful of queenly footwear as part of our spring line. Now, people say that the cosmopolitan is no longer abreast of the times. An allegation I deny, intended to disprove by the simple display of one little calfskin slip. But here we are, son. You knew old Marblehead Langner down in Fry Point, Mississippi?
Old Marblehead Langner? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. They found him dead in his bathtub a week ago Saturday night. That's what I'm talking about.
Marblehead? Yeah.
Buried. Yeah, my son's funeral. I helped to carry the casket. I want you to look at this jeweled-heeled, shawl-tongue, perforated toe, calfskin, Mrs. Sporting. Now I want you to look at that shoe and tell me what you think about it in plain language. Ain't that a piece of merchandise, you swell? So I want you to know.
Charlie, this is a piece of merchandise.
Well, that piece of merchandise is just a small indication of what our spring line consists of. Now, you're not going to look at a piece of merchandise like that with ISC branded on it and examine it with a microscope to tell if it's quality stuff as well as quality looks. Now, that ain't a shoe that Mrs. Jones of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, is going to throw back in your face a couple, 3 weeks later when it falls to pieces in the first rain. No, sir. I want you to know. We got some pretty fast movers in our spring line. Now, I'll be going down to the hotel lobby first thing in the morning. I'll be laying out my samples, and I'll be packed up and out of town by noon. But by the almighty Jehovah, I'll bet you I'm going to have to wire my sales office to mail me more order books at my next stopping off place. Bob, hotcakes, that's what I'm selling. disturbing piece of news I received last night.
What was that, Charlie?
Old Gus Hammer, one of the old war horses from way back. Now, he and I had, this boy's daddy, CC, we used to get together to play poker every time we hit town in this same room. Yes, sir, I want you to know.
I think I heard something about this. Now, didn't he have a stroke a few months back?
He did, and part recovered.
Yeah? Last I heard, he had to be fed with a spoon.
He did, part recovered. He got himself one of them chairs with an electric motor on it. He chugging down the road with a butt of a cigar in his mouth. Well, yesterday in Blue Mountains, I'm coming out the Elks Club doors. I pass old Gus coming in, being up by somebody, and I'm like, hello, hi, Gus. That's about 6:15 p.m. Well, not a half hour later, old Carter Bowman steps into the hotel lobby where I'm packing up my sample cases, gives me the information that old Gus Hammond just bumped himself up in the Elks Club lounge.
What are you talking about?
Apparently the old war horse fell asleep with the butt of that cigar in his mouth, caught his clothes on fire, burnt himself right up like a piece of paper.
I don't believe you.
He burnt himself right up like a piece of paper.
He had a bitch of a way for a man to go.
One way or another way. You might not have noticed, Bob, but all his old timers are disappearing fast. Well, you got to quit the road one time or another. I reckon I'm pretty nearly the last of the Delta drummers.
Last of the Delta drummers. Well, how long have you been on the road?
4 to 6 years in March.
I don't believe you.
Now, why would I lie to you about something like that? I want you to know. I want you to know. A mighty good customer I lost last week.
Well, how was that, Charlie?
Old Beth Summers, Fry Point, Mississippi, fell over dead just like a bolt of lightning, struck him just as he was pouring himself a drink at the cotton planters' cotillion.
Well, ain't that terrible, though, but what was the trouble?
The trouble? Mortality, son, that was the trouble. There are people who think a million living today ain't never gonna die. I don't believe that. That is a misapprehension, not borne out by facts. So we go like flies when we come to the end of summer. Who's gonna prevent it? Who's gonna prevent it? The roads change, the shoe industries change. These times are a revolution. I don't like the way it looks. And you can take it from me. The world that I used to know, the world this boy's daddy used to know, the world that belonged to those old-time war horses is just gone with the wind. The all-leather slogan is not what sells anymore. The stuff the shoes are made of is not what sells anymore. Style, smallness, appearance, that's what matters to the modern shoe purchaser. But you try telling that to your style department. Now, I remember a time I could go down there down to the hotel lobby, open up my order book and write out orders until my fingers ached. A sales pitch was not necessary. Now, a store was a place that sold merchandise, and to sell merchandise, the retail dealer had to get it from the wholesale manufacturer. Well, I guess from now, I don't pretend to know. I don't think it's from wholesale dealer. Out of the sky, I guess it materializes. Or maybe stores don't sell stuff anymore. Maybe I'm just living in a world of illusion. I've come to recognize that possibility too.
Yeah. But you must have witnessed some changes.
Changes? That's a mild expression, young man. What I have witnessed is a revolution. The atmosphere I breathe isn't the same anymore. I am an old war horse. Hey, Bob, look here. Have you ever seen a man with this many watches before? How does a man acquire so many timepieces? Well, at every one of the sales conventions of the annual at the Cosmopolitan Shoe Company in St. Louis, a 17-jewel, solid gold Swiss Hamilton movement watch is presented to the Rankin Salesman of the Year. 15 of these watches have been awarded to me. Now, I think that represents something. I think that's something in the way of achievement, don't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You bet I do, Mr. Charlie. That's right.
That's right. Young man, I am talking to you. And I am talking to you for your benefit. And I expect the courtesy of your attention till I'm through. Now, I may be an old war horse. I may have received the last of my solid gold watches, but just the same, good manners are part of the road tradition, part of the South's tradition. Hell, only a young pecker would be looking at the comics hall who would Charlie Cold starting.
Hey, excuse me, Charlie. I got a lot on my mind. I have some business I must attend to directly.
Directly, you shall attend to it. I just want you to know what I think of this new world of yours. Now, I'm not one of those who goes howling about communists being stuck in the White House. I don't say that Washington's been took over by Reds, or that the wealth of this nation's in the hands of the Jews. Hell, I like the Jews, and I'm friend of the nigger too. But I'll tell you what, the world that I used to know, the world that belonged to people like me, is just gone with the wind. And my pockets are full of watches that tell me my time's just about over. All the pigs were slaughtered. The carcasses dumped in the river. Farmers receiving payment not to grow wheat and corn, not to plant cotton. Alphabet symbols rising up about me, meaning unknown to men of my generation. The rudeness, the lack of respect, the newspapers full of strange items, the dark, mad rush of events towards what, where, and what. I do not pretend to have any knowledge now. I only say, and I say this quite humbly, I do not understand what has happened. I'm like one of them monsters you see reproduced in museums out of the dark old ages. One of those giant reptiles, those dino, whatever you call them. I do know this, and I state this without shame. Initiative, self-reliance, independence of character. The old sterling qualities, the characteristics that separated one man from another, the clay from the potters and the potters from the clay are. How's that old song go? Gone with the roses of yesterday. Yes. With the wind.
You old timers make one mistake. You're only reading half the vital statistics.
What do you mean by that?
In the paper, they print people dead in one corner and people born in the next. Usually one just about levels out the other.
Oh, well, thank you for that information. I just happen to be godfather of several new infants on various points on the road. However, I think you have missed the point of what I've been saying.
I don't think I have, Charlie.
No, yes, you have. The point is this. The all-leather slogan is not what sells anymore. Not shoes, not humanity, neither. The emphasis is no longer on quality. On production, yes, but out of inferior goods, ersatz, that's what they're making.
Well, that's your opinion because you belong to the past.
Piece of impertinence, young man. I expect to be accorded a certain amount of respect by whippersnappers like
Now,
you.
hold on, Charlie.
I belong to tradition. I'm a legend. Known from one end of the Delta to the other. From the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, the Catfish Row in Vicksburg, and where I go, it's Mr. Charlie, Mr. Charlie. But who knows you, What do you represent? A line of goods of doubtful value? Some kite concern back east? You know what? Get out of my room. I'd rather play solitaire than poker with a man with no more solid character than the jacks in the deck. Yeah. Superman.
What you shouting about, Mr. Charles?
I lose my patience sometimes, nigga.
Yes, sir.
You remember how it used to be, don't you?
Yes, sir.
I used to come to town like a conquering hero. They all but laid out red carpet at my feet in that show.
That's so, Mr. Charlie.
And this room was like a throne room. My samples laid out on green velvet. The fan going. Now broken. Wash, bowl, pitcher, remove, table, loaded with liquor. In and out from the time I arrived to the time I left. Men of the road, men who knew me, for whom I stood for things command and respect. Poker, continuous, shouting, laughter, hilarity. Well, they all gone too, huh?
The graveyard is crowded with folks we know, Mr. Charlie. We're smiling late in the day.
It's not even late in the day anymore, nigga. It's night.
Yes, sir. Night, Mr. Charlie.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night. Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red lights. Roxanne, girl, you don't have to sell your body tonight.
Who is at the door, please?
It's me!
Oh! Mrs. Wyatt! Come in! I was just about to drop by your room and talk to you about something.
Really, about what?
Mrs. Wyatt, I am sorry to say that I do not consider these cockroaches to be the most desirable of roommates. Do you?
Cockroaches, huh?
Precisely. Now, I have not had very much experience with roaches myself, but those few I have seen have been the pedestrian kind, Mrs. Wyatt. The kind that walk. These appear to be flying cockroaches. Well, I was shocked. I was actually stunned when one of them took up off the floor and started whizzing around and around and around, mere inches in front of my face. I sat down on the edge of this bed and wept. Imagine flying cockroaches, something I never dreamed to be in existence, flying around and around right in front of me. Well, Mrs. Wyatt, I want you to know that
Cockroaches are nothing to be surprised at. They have them all over. Even uptown they have them. But that ain't what I want.
That might be so, Mrs. Wyatt. But I might as well tell you that I have an absolute horror of roaches. Even the ordinary pedestrian kind. And as for this kind that flies, well, if I am to stay here another night, those roaches must be gotten rid of. And gotten rid of at once.
Now, how am I going to stop flying cockroaches from coming in through the window? But that, however, is not what I want.
I don't know how, Mrs. Wyatt. But surely there must be some method. Why, if I was to wake up in the middle of the night and see one of those roaches on the bed, I'd have convulsions. I would simply die from convulsions.
If you'll excuse me for saying so, Mrs. Hardwick-Moore, your you're more likely to die from over-drinking than cockroach convulsions. Oh, what's this? Larkspur Lotion. Well,
I use it to take the old polish off my nails.
oh, very fastidious. Yes.
What do you mean?
There ain't an old house in the quarter that don't have roaches.
Yes, but not in such large quantities. This place is absolutely crawling with them.
Oh, it ain't as bad as all of that. And besides, you still ain't paid me the rest of this week's rent. Now, I don't want to get off the subject of roaches, but I do want to collect that money.
I will pay you the rest of the rent as soon as you exterminate these roaches.
No, you will pay me the rest of the rent now, or get out.
Well, I intend to get out unless those roaches get out.
Well, then get out then, and quit just talking about
Be
it.
out of your mind. I can't get out now.
Well, then what did you mean about the roaches?
But I meant what I said about the roaches. I do not consider them to be the most desirable of roommates.
Okay. Then don't room with them. Pack your things and move to where they don't have roaches.
You mean you insist on having roaches?
I mean, I insist on having the rent you owe me.
At the moment, that is out of the question.
Is that the question, is it?
Yes, and I will tell you why. The quarterly payments from the gentleman who manages the rubber plantation in Brazil for me have not arrived yet. Now, I've been expecting them for weeks, but the letter I received this morning said that there had been some small problem with last year's tax.
Oh, now stop it! I am sick of hearing about that goddamn rubber plantation. Oh, the Brazilian rubber plantation. Think I've been in this business for 17 years? Ain't learned nothing about your kind of woman?
What do you mean by that remark?
I hear things. I suppose the men that come in here at night come in to talk about the Brazilian rubber plantation.
How dare you imply such a thing as that?
I hear things. I know what's going on.
I know you spy. I know you listen at that door.
I never spy. I never listen at doors. The first thing that a landlady in the French Quarter learns is not to see and not to hear, but only to collect the money. Now, as long as that comes in, okay, I am deaf, I'm dumb, I am blind. But as soon as that stops, well, I regain my sight, and also my hearing, and also the use of my voice. And if necessary, I go out to that phone and I call up the chief of police, who happens to be an in-law of my sister. I heard last night that argument over money.
What argument? What money?
He shouted so loud, I had to shut the front window just to keep the noise from carrying out into the street. I never heard any mention of any Brazilian rubber plantation. There were plenty of other things plainly referred to in that little midnight conversation you two had. Larkspur Lotion to take the polish off of nails. Am I in my infancy? Am I?
You keep that back on a polish.
This is why I wanted the Brazilian rubber plantation. It's you.
Stop persecuting this woman.
The second Mr. Shakespeare enters the scene.
I heard your demon howling in my sleep.
Sleep? I think you mean your drunken stupor.
I rest because of my illness. Have I no right?
Illness. Alcoholic. Don't try to pull that beautiful wool over my eyes, but I'm glad that you came in now. Now I can repeat for your benefit what I was telling this woman. I am done with deadbeats. That's plain enough for you. Completely fed up with you quarter rats and half-breeds and drunken degenerates trying to get by on promises and lies and delusions.
Please stop shrieking. It isn't necessary.
You and your Brazilian rubber plantation and that coat of arms on the wall that you got from a junk shop. And the woman that sold it told me. One of the Habsburgs, a titled lady. Yes, the Lady of Larkspur Lotion. Yeah, that's your title.
Stop badgering this unfortunate little woman. Is there no mercy left in the world anymore? What has become of compassion and understanding? Where have they gone to? Where is God? Where is Christ? What if there is no Brazilian rubber plantation?
Well, there is, I tell you. There is.
What if there is no rubber king? Well, there ought to be rubber kings in her life. Is she to be blamed because it is necessary for her to compensate for the cruel deficiencies of reality by the exercise of a little, what should I say, God-given imagination?
No. No. It isn't imagination. I would ask that you please stop spitting me in the face with these hot-load speeches. You and your 780-page masterpiece. Well, that is right on par with the Lady of Larkspur Lotion, as far as the use of imagination is concerned.
Well, now what if I am? Suppose there is no 780-page masterpiece in existence. Suppose there is in existence no masterpiece whatsoever. What of that, Mrs. Weil? Oh, but only a very few vain scribblings in my old trunk bottle. Now, suppose I wanted to be a great artist, but I lack the force of power. Suppose my books fell short of the final chapter, and even my verses languished uncompleted. And suppose the curtains of my exalted fancies rose on magnificent dramas, but the house lights darkened before the curtains fell. Suppose all these unfortunate things are true, and suppose that I stumble from bar to bar, from drink to drink, until I sprawl at last on the lice-infested mattress of this brothel. Suppose that I make this nightmare bearable for as long as I must continue to be the helpless protagonist of it. Suppose I ornament, illuminate, and glorify it with dreams and fictions and fancies. It is such as the existence of a 780-page masterpiece, impending Broadway productions, marvelous volumes of verse in the hands of publishers waiting only for my signatures to release them. You suppose I live in this world of pitiful fiction. Now, what satisfaction can it give you, good woman, to tear it to pieces, to crush it, to call it a lie? Now, I tell you this. Now, listen, there are no lies, but the lies that are stuffed in the mouth by the hard knuckle-handed need, a cold iron-fisted necessity, Mrs. Weil. So I am a liar, yes, but your world is built on a lie. Your world is a hideous fabrication of lies, and lies. Ooh. Well, I'm tired, and I've had my say, and I have no money to give you. So get away and leave this woman in peace. Just leave her alone. Go on, get out, get away.
Yep. Tomorrow morning, money or out. Both of you together. 780-page masterpiece, the Brazilian rubber plantation. Baloney! Roaches everywhere. The walls, the floors, the ceiling. This place is infested with them.
No. Oh, I suppose there weren't any roaches on the Brazilian rubber plantation.
Of course not. Everything was immaculate. Always immaculate. Why, even the floors were bright and shone like mirrors.
I know, and the windows, well, they must have commanded a very lovely view.
Indescribably lovely.
How far was it from the Mediterranean?
Mediterranean? Only a mile or so.
Well, I dare say that on a very clear morning it was possible to distinguish the white chalk cliffs of Dover across the channel.
Well, yes. On a very clear day, I think it was. Thank you, Mr.
Chekhov. Anton Pavlovich Chekhov.
Thank you, Mr. Chekhov. Oh!
Do you know what we're fighting for? When it's not worth dying for.
Does it take your breath away and you feel yourself suffocating?
Does the pain weigh out the pride? And you look for a place to hide. Did someone break your heart inside? You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky, you and I. Live and let die, and you can't get another try. Something inside this heart has died. You're ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky, you and I.